Show's working a little bit better today.
Okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Hey, welcome. It is Analytics
Welcome.
This. Yes, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. This is going to be a fun show, believe it or not. Got some stuff to talk about. Let's just start with the introductions. I'm Lou Marconi at L Marconi 251 on Instagram and L Marconi 1973 on X. My friend at Posh_Clevelander. Everywhere you can find her and find her content. We're going to be talking Brown stuff, preseason,
Browns.
quarterback decisions, and people losing their minds. But hey, before we do that, click on the link and description of
Crazy.
the show, allthatbutter.com. It's in the description of the show. Click on the link. It's a sponsor of the show. All That Butter. Click on the promo code STEW, STEW 15, STW 15. Get 15% off your order. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. So, yeah, there's things I want to talk about, and I appreciate everybody asking me and reaching out to me. But before we get into that, I want to say last night was a lot of fun.
You were at the preseason game of
I was at the
Patriots.
last two. I was at the last two, the Buffalo game and the Patriots game, and I wanted to say this. I saw Sherry, the old co-host, and was there, and I had a chance to talk to her and see her the first time we've talked in a very long time. And
Browns fangirl, guys.
Browns fangirl at Browns fangirl, and I wanted to say, Sherry, thank you. It was great to see you. She's doing well. She's dealing with, let's just say, personal stuff. I'm not going to go into details. I'm respecting her privacy, and everything. Like, there's never been a problem or a crossword between us, and it was great to see her. Yeah, so everything was great, and she asked how everybody was. I said, we're doing good. Lysandra was there with Bougie Sports. Steve Hemrich, the There's a Gleam podcast, was there. So we basically sat with each other, because it's pretty much sit wherever you want.
Yeah.
That's the way it was. And we just watched. I just said, hey, I just want to watch good quality football, and we saw it last night. We saw good quality play last night. Yeah, but what I did was I took like what happened last Saturday and the following Monday, and I took it upon myself to talk to other fans. That's what I've always done. I've always said, hey, what do you think? Tell me what you think. And they're pretty much where I was too. They said this: we root for the Cleveland Browns. There's 52 other players that are going to be on that roster. We want the team to succeed. Not necessarily we're against one guy or we're rooting for one guy. And I think most people do have the understanding that, yeah, this guy probably is not going to be on the team next year.
Okay.
So with that being said, that's probably the case. This guy's probably not going to be on the team next year. So we're Browns fans rooting for the Browns to succeed. I asked other questions too, and I said, do you think the hate, is it more performance based or is it based on his past allegations? What do you think? Before I'll tell you what I was hearing, and I'll give you my take on it.
It is more performance based. Winning cures all. And I won't go into details, but there were, some follow up, behind things that only Browns fans know the whole story about, but it's more performance based.
Yeah, well, because I remember in 2023 he started the season, and we gave him a chance. 2024, after his injury, we gave him a chance. Last year, not so much because he was injured the whole year. He was out with the torn Achilles. And in 2022 was his first season. He was suspended the first 12 weeks, which was unprecedented. I don't think the vitriol against Deshaun Watson is necessarily allegations. It's part of it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal because what I think it's two things. It's performance and it's his attitude or his perceived attitude. So you agree with that? One thing I wanted to say that was unfair, and he was asked about how he felt about being booed. He was asked about it. Of course, the reporters, they didn't ask him. They wouldn't be doing their job. Then the follow-up question he got, I can't remember which reporter asked him this, said, "Hey, do you regret coming here?" And his response was, "I don't have any regrets in my life." So when they heard that, they tied in the allegations versus him saying all he had to say was, "No, I don't regret coming here at all."
I think that is unfair. I think that's unfair to say just because he answered that question and says, "I don't have any regrets in my life," and then conclude that, oh, he doesn't regret the choices he did. I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I agree. But go ahead.
I think that's unfair because when you do something wrong, you can't carry it on your back forever. So just because he says, "I don't have any regrets," doesn't mean he doesn't have a regret about that. You know what I mean? You're dealing with a lot. You're processing a lot as a quarterback, and he can't carry that on his back all the time. This guy, people forget the Cowboys game. Okay, let's remember, guys, the Cowboys game, the attorney Busby timed everything to have the allegations come back, and around that time he lost like his father figure or father, and everything came crashing down, and performance and things. It's a mental game. It is. QB is more than just a physical processing time and spatial job. You are coordinating. It is a mental game, and it's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback. And
Of course,
just
it's easy to armchair. It's easy to armchair. Yeah. Let's do this because that same attorney tried to sue Jay-Z
Yeah.
or something similar. And remember what Jay-Z did? He goes, "Go ahead and try." You think Jay-Z can't afford like a high-priced attorneys and make his life miserable if he had to? So it didn't go anywhere. You notice that. All right, let's go back to the allegations. Let's do this. Because I asked people this question, and I said, well, okay, they said he's a predator. I said, what was he charged with? Not what he was accused of. What was he legally charged with? Nothing.
Nothing.
He was never legally charged with any. 2 Texas grand juries investigated and did not find enough evidence to even charge him, much less bring him to trial and convict him.
Yes.
Okay, so from the legal beyond a reasonable doubt, the legal standard for even bringing up charges wasn't reached with all 25 of these women. All right. Okay, here we go. Follow me here. Then we're just going over the allegations. There were settlements, I think, with a number of them. I want to say it was over 20 of them. There were settlements. People would argue with me, well, why did he settle? You try to litigate 20 different cases, spend all that. You got lawyers charging like $500, $1,000 an hour to go through all this. When all he can do is just, hey, I'll write you a check. Let's just end this, okay? Which
And I pulled up, if you want to, the women that it was really suspicious, and I want to believe women. Of course, I want to believe women, but
Okay.
I pulled up the thing that really was egregious. It was buried. It was buried how the women who, before he would, before this document where the judge was incredulous about the fact that before he would, these women scheduled appointments before he did, came to his house. They were actually very predator. If you were to reverse it, it would be very predator. And it was like and I would intended an X space where we as Cleveland fans reviewed that document, and I've saved that document on my phone, where they came to several women, several of the 22 out of the 23 women. They did something very suspicious where if you really felt afraid, you would not do. You would not go to a person's house who did something to
I
you.
remember when I had Lysandra on the show. It was right after the
That document.
I don't know if it was that document or what it was. It was right after the Dallas game in 2024 when the other allegation dropped. And I saw the excerpts of it, and I looked at the details of it. And the first thing I said, if this is true, this is a crime.
Yes.
I said, this is a crime, and where were the police? Where was the police in this? And even Lysandra had like this surprised look on her face when I said, so no, this is a crime if this is true. And it turns out it wasn't. It didn't even hold up in court.
It didn't.
The two cases that actually went to court were dismissed in discovery for him. The NFL, you looked at 5 of the cases for the suspension that had any credibility to them. Now, I'm saying this. Did something happen between him and all these women? Very possible. Very possible.
Yes.
Was it consensual or not? I don't know. Okay? I want to throw a couple things out with this. Just saying, I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. Under our legal standard and our legal system in this country, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty by a reasonable doubt. That was not the case when it comes to court of public opinion. So, that being said, he could have handled things better, because if you remember his first press conference with the Browns with Stefanski and Barry, I think it was Mary Kay Cabot that asked him about the allegations, and he just said, I didn't do anything wrong. He said that. Exactly, verbatim. That's what he said. Because I didn't do anything wrong. So him saying he has no regrets in his life 4 years later doesn't surprise me. And people to clutch their pearls and react the way they did because of that, you can all piss off. All right? If you think that really what he should have done was not say anything about it, said, hey, they booed me. Yeah, they can boo me if they want to. I need to play better. If he would have just said that and left it at that, it wouldn't have blown up.
Yes.
But
And
he
it's
said-
okay to have feelings. It's okay to say, it hurts because this game is important to me. Guys, it's okay to have feelings. In fact, when women hurt you guys, it's okay to say, you hurt me, but I'm going to overcome
Okay,
it.
there's reasons why men don't show vulnerability, but that's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah, because they've been hurt. It's been toxically exploited to them. It's been used against them.
Yeah.
So,
But let us know.
Does
what we're
this
doing.
name sound familiar to you, Matt Araiza? Does that name sound familiar to you,
Matt
Posh?
Araiza?
Araiza, Araiza. He was
Tell me.
a Buffalo Bills punter that was drafted after the 2023 season by Arizona's.
Yes. He was fucking innocent.
He was completely innocent. A woman accused him of something that he wasn't even there when she said it happened.
It was egregious.
And the Bills cut him. They dropped him.
He deserved money. He deserves money.
She caught him. Okay. How about Trevor Bauer?
Trevor Bauer.
He was a pitcher. He pitched for the then Cleveland Indians. Now they're the Guardians, but then they were the Cleveland Indians. He actually pitched in the World Series, in the 2016 World Series. He had this huge contract with the Dodgers at the time. A woman accused him of SA and beating her, and it wasn't true.
Michael Irvin was innocent. He did not do anything. He was. I think he was innocent.
Yep, Duke Lacrosse. Do you remember that story?
Yes, the Duke Lacrosse story. Yes.
There was a whole ESPN 30 for 30 about it. Mm-hmm. And there was a prosecutor in Durham County, North Carolina, because most of the people in that county happened to be of a certain race or ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
He knew if he did this, he knew he was going to get elected.
And this makes me very angry as a woman because you dirty the name of women all over the world. It really does. You tarnish.
Quinshawn Judkins. Last year.
It makes us
Michael
harder
Hall
people. Yes.
was accused of something that she later recanted. Isaiah Bond. He didn't get drafted because of that, and we benefited because we signed him as an undrafted free agent, and he's probably the number 3 or number 4 receiver on our team, and he was a first or second round. He was considered a second or third round talent. And we
If I
got
was
him
a
as a
guy,
UDFA.
I would make people sign photocopies. Do you want to be with me? I'm sorry.
Well, okay, but you're saying I can even go non-sports. Let's go non-sports.
Okay.
Johnny Depp,
Johnny Depp?
when he got divorced from Amber Heard, what she accused him of. And
Amber Heard case, yes.
When it came out in court, boom. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's innocent. I'm not. I'm not saying he's guilty, but I'm saying something probably happened. What it was exactly, I don't know. Was it consensual? I don't know. It wasn't able to be proven in a court of law. That's a fact.
Yep, and I'm looking. I have it saved on my phone. December
If
25.
he would have played good after this, if it would have worked out and he would have played well and we were winning football games, people wouldn't give a shit about those things.
And I'm sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth.
That's going to be my rant. Now, the people that are really saying this is like, hey, he sucked as a quarterback. He sucked in 2024. That Buffalo game, I was there. I stayed till through the third quarter just so I could watch him play. And I remember just standing there. I was talking to a few fans, and that first series in the second half was pathetic. It was terrible. And I said that had to be the most pathetic offensive series I've seen this preseason. And everybody kind of agreed with me. We were just shaking our heads. The people, before he even took a snap, he was getting booed, which I think that rattled him. And people were like, and then he got asked about it. He reacted emotionally, which he's a human being. Which even Todd Monken said, I like what he said. He said, play better and you won't get booed. Oh, it's more than that. Well, I think maybe he could have handled things PR-wise better. But the regret thing, which was, I was seeing the quotes everywhere. He says he doesn't regret anything.
No, guys.
And I said, what was the context of that question? Because you knew I was going to say something about this. I was like, this is such crap. And I'm not defending him. No, I'm not. I'm saying he could have.
No.
All he had to do was just say, I don't regret coming here at all. Done. No, I don't regret coming here at all. Which he doesn't. $230 million wouldn't make me regret anything. All right, and really it was. It was Jimmy Haslam showing up with his checkbook that brought him here. Who wouldn't have taken the money?
And lest we forget, we had the money, we had the cap seats. Other teams backed up, did call him.
Oh, yeah.
Lest we forget, people. Tampa Bay.
He was almost a Falcon.
Other teams gave
Carolina.
him a ring. Carolina gave him a ring. And
Yeah, we weren't the only ones looking at it, but I was making that point. Like, all this stuff that's happened, like, don't sit there and tell me that athletes don't get falsely accused. Because I just listed a whole bunch of them. I listed anybody that's famous and has money.
yes.
You're a target.
Yes.
Okay. Now, going back to the football aspect of it, I'm going to say this, too. What RG3 said this week was 100% bullshit.
Okay, for my own mental health, I have to mute RG3 on my social media platform. So
Okay.
I want to take a deep breath.
Well,
Tell me-
I'm going to, because if you remember when we had Daryl on well, not Daryl. When we had Ethan on, we talked about our conversations we had with Daryl Ryder,
Okay.
right? And what everything that's happened was been consistent with Daryl Ryder told us, saying, "Hey, there's a lot of pre-snap work that Shador's struggling with, and he's not up to speed on that stuff yet. And they're doing a lot of hand-holding in meetings and pre-snap work. So Deshaun had the better grasp of it. When it comes to winning games as soon as possible, the best position to win games, it's Deshaun. Right now, it is. It could be. It could change in a few weeks. It could change in a month. Doesn't mean that it won't. I'm just saying, like where we're at now. And that's what Daryl was saying. And the other thing I said to Daryl was, I said, look, I don't think our long-term answer quarterback is on the roster now. They're drafting a guy next year. And he looked, I said, it's just a matter of who they draft and when they draft them. He looked at me and he said, with their first pick, they're taking a quarterback. Which I would say, however things fall into place, a lot can happen between now and then. Who could be available, who's going to be on the draft boards. So there's so much that can happen. But the long-term answer at quarterback's not there. The two things I got from this preseason was we don't have a long-term answer at quarterback, and we don't have a lot of depth.
We don't have a lot of depth. See, that's what I'm worried about. That is what scares me.
Which injuries are going to happen. It's just a matter. But
there you go. That is what scares me. Our O line, we want to have. I don't want Jared Verse. He is really falling into place. And that is what scares me.
And I said, well, what if? This is
Carson
people say,
being
what if?
hurt.
Like, if Deshaun plays like crap and we're 0-2, they're going to boo him out of the building. I said, what if he plays good enough to win and we're 2-0?
What if he? Yeah. What if he goes 2-0?
What if he goes 2-0? And I said, and he comes out and they look decent against Carolina. I mean, decent. I'm not saying
What do you think about that Buccaneers game? What do you want him to do with that Buccaneers game?
I want him to win. I want to win. That's bottom line. I just win. Defense can play. Defense can be good enough to win. Offense needs to be able to play. People were telling me, like somebody I was talking to today said, if we look at who we had starting on offense last year against Cincinnati. Joe Flacco was our starting quarterback. Jerome Ford was our starting running back. Our number one receiver was Jerry Jeudy. And our offensive line was a bunch of older, beat-up guys.
Wow.
DeJuan Jones was our starting left tackle. And I like DeJuan Jones. I like him. I do. I think he's a better right tackle, naturally. And I think he is a good swing tackle right now. He has trouble staying healthy.
Yes.
I love him. I really do. I like him as a person. Like him as a player. But just to kind of get everybody the heads up on it, a lot can happen between now and then. So
We got a message.
we got somebody here who says, "I love Doug Judy." Okay.
Goofy goober tonight.
No. That's Renee. I know Renee.
Oh, okay.
That's Renee. Thanks, Renee.
Okay.
We got a comment. That's good. No, seriously.
It's
Yeah,
goofy
Jerry Jeudy.
goobers.
Well, look who we had now. Look who we have now. Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, a revamped offensive line, Quinshawn Judkins. I mean, and Dylan Sampson, as well as
But
you
you
see what I'm
need
saying.
next man up, though.
Yeah,
you've got-
I say the depth can be a concern, absolutely. But if you're talking about what we're starting the season with this year on offense versus last year, night and day.
Okay. Let's
Night
go.
and day. So, go ahead. Tell me what you think.
I am concerned about the depth. I'm concerned about this quarterback battle. What are the cuts to do? We have to be at 53 by when?
Sunday night, 6 p.m. And that's not
Sunday
even going to
night.
be that's not even going to be the final.
And that's not even okay. So Sunday night you need to be at 53 or 53 is
Sunday
due.
night at 6. Sunday night at 5:30 at 6 o'clock in Eastern time.
Okay.
You have to be down to 53, and that's not going to be final by any stretch because there's going to be back end guys. They're going to look for people. Might be. I could see possible trades being made.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
I'm trying to see.
There's 17 games in a season, Renee. He's asking how many games are in a season. So
Okay.
there's 17 games in a
17.
season. Yep, for now. They're going to try to go to an 18-game season in 2
Oh,
season
goodness. The health. We got to remember the health of these players. And remember, the Super Bowl is Valentine's Day. Govern yourselves accordingly. Govern yourselves accordingly. I'm, we need to give Monken a chance, guys. They're already with pitchforks out for Monken.
Because he's starting Watson over Shador.
Yes. Yes. Shador looked worried last night. Shador looked stressed. Maybe I am over exaggerating, but Shador
I wasn't watching it on TV at all. And I was hearing
Oh,
about that.
thank God you weren't. Oh, thank you. You reminded me. Thank God you
They-
weren't watching it on TV last night.
They
Did
were
you
like-
hear how Al Michaels was totally bashing Cleveland. It was
What a
it
fucking
was
surprise.
Yes, totally. It was like, let's bash Cleveland so we don't mention Vrabel's face in his scandal.
Oh, no, yeah. Diana Rossini, was she on the sideline?
And they totally was trying to make you forget about that by bashing
Her and Joy
Cleveland.
Taylor? Her and Joy Taylor? Yeah.
Exactly. They were totally bashing Cleveland,
Peanut
and
butter
it was
skin,
bringing out all the
Reese's
greatest hits, Factory of Sadness.
It's-
No mentioning of our,
No
of
mention about our
playoff-
young core and all the great draft picks we've
Exactly,
had the last
we're
3
the
years.
fourth youngest team or something. Please check that. But we're the youngest team, and and things, the fourth youngest team, and things like that. No mention of that. No mention the rejuvenation of having Todd Monken as a coach, and none of that. Oh no. No mention how Jared Verse is exciting the team, rejuvenating the defense. Oh no. Oh no. Al Michaels playing his greatest hits. Getting off, and no need to get political. No need, sports is a break to be political. Mentioning the Lake Ontario stuff. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Mentioning the lake, I mean Lake Erie?
He's mentioning Lake Erie, and then managed to tiptoe on the fact Trump is changing the Superior Lakes.
Lake Ontario to Lake of America or something?
Yeah, and try.
Why did that even come up during a football game? That's a political thing.
Exactly. Thank you. So it's like, Al, is there a little dementia coming in allegedly?
They celebrated him. Him and his wife there's their 60th wedding anniversary. 60.
Oh
60.
yeah.
So they're-
Yeah.
so
It's
they were-
time
so
for a
they were
little air
wishing-
step,
They
allegedly.
wished him, happy 60th anniversary.
Oh
It's like,
yeah,
okay.
I would a touch of Aerosep. Oh yeah, a little
Well,
bit. Of
you know what? The national media doing that, it's like,
It's like, shut the up. Just talk. That's why you mute the game sometimes. That's why you just mute the game sometimes.
well, because it's like, okay, it's a third preseason game of the year. There are no starters playing, and they're trying to find stuff to talk about, so they got to shit on the other team.
Exactly, and it's like good. And then we're having a decent game. And we were playing against some first strings. We were playing against some first strings at first, and it's like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Talk about, what we're trying to do, stacking drafts. No, but that's too lazy for your researchers. That's just too lazy.
Well, I mean, I actually went through draft picks with analytics and went through the analytics of where we're at as a team.
Too. Now, I do have a Posh's Prophecy sitting on my profile at Posh_Clevelander on X. I do have a Posh's Prophecy that may come true by Sunday. Dylan Gabriel, let me see how you feel about it. Dylan Gabriel will be traded for picks to the Falcons. So let's see if that comes true as a Posh's Prophecy.
You think he'll be traded?
he may be traded. He played really well. How do you feel? How did you feel? I thought about you the whole game, dude. How did you feel seeing him last night?
Oh, I felt great. I mean, it felt great watching him play well. It felt great watching Floria play. It felt great just watching the team execute an offense overall and play well. And it was nice to be on the other side of one of those types of games where we won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he says, I bet he'll be. Yeah, Renee agrees with you. He'll be traded.
I thought he was doing a great job of showing his resume. I'm sure he was doing a good job of showing he belongs on the team, but I really think he was showing his resume to be traded. I think he will be joining Stefanski. I really think, he'll be joining Stefanski by
Oh,
Sunday.
you think it's going to happen? I think, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they might actually carry 4 quarterbacks for a little bit until the deal goes through. So that could
Okay.
happen too. So
Yep, and Tillman's gone. Yep, we talked about that last.
that didn't surprise me. That didn't surprise me. With the emergence of Concepcion and Boston, it's like, yeah, he was. And also we were thinking of who are the other 2 guys will be down there. It'd probably be Floria and Malachi Corley could be another one.
Proud of him. Yeah, proud of Luke Floria. I just want Carson. I just need an update.
We were saying
on
the Falcons, Renee. He thinks he's going to be traded to the Falcons.
Falcons.
He's just asking who. Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Carson Swessinger. Did you see him? Was he moving around? Did you see?
Yeah, he's
were you-
practiced. He went back to practice this week. We got
Okay.
we got a lot of. We pretty much only person we're missing is Alex Wright because he ruptured his Achilles, which surprised me when I heard that rumor. I was like, I didn't think that was true, but it turns out it was. So
Okay.
yeah,
So everybody's back except Alex. Okay.
everybody's
Prayers up.
back except Alex. We're getting guys back. We're getting people back. So it's like he was working this team pretty hard throughout camp, but then he lightened up when
Okay.
injuries started piling up, and he kind of he I think I've heard this, like discernment, common sense, and being able to read a room is like a superpower. And I think Monken has that ability to kind of see
That's
the
it.
situation. I think he does. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give Monken the benefit of the doubt because he's the Browns coach and I want him to succeed, that he knows what he's doing. So let's see what happens.
And have a BS meter when it comes to Grossi too.
What does that mean? Go ahead. I want to hear about what do you mean BS
Not
meeting.
deal with Cleveland media like Grossi. I think he'll hold up his own against Cleveland media, sports radio too. I think Monk will hold.
He's pretty straight up. I love what he said when they brought that up. He says, look, he needs to play better. We need to play better. We need to do better. And it sounded kind of like what Kevin Stefanski said, but he said it in a very passionate way, saying, look, you play better, you play good football, you don't get booed. There you go. I don't want to get booed. Well, then play better. Seriously, I think a lot of it is performance based and how he's handling the media, and he's getting to the point where he's very jaded. Which, okay, but you know what? People sometimes got to put themselves in somebody else's shoes and show a little empathy. He's been through a lot, and some of it was his own doing, some of it wasn't. This sleazy ass attorney that got all these women to do this. Because that's the legal strategy was almost like a class action.
Yeah, remember they showed up at his game in the Texans. Remember that?
Yeah. So
Remember that?
I'm just saying, what you hear is not always the truth. And I remember a female wrestler that I'm good friends with. I'm not going to say her name. I said, well, he wasn't indicted. He wasn't charged with anything. Well, that doesn't mean he's innocent. And I said, does it mean he's guilty then? It's like these the way people want to scream, they want to stand up for women. Can I make a point about something?
Go ahead.
Okay. I might catch some heat for saying this, because I mentioned about how men can't show vulnerability.
Yeah.
When something happens to a man in prison, it's considered funny. It gets laughed about and it gets joked about. Could you imagine people doing that when a woman has something happen to her anywhere?
Yeah.
Much less, it doesn't even have to be in prison for a man
Yep.
to be mocked and laughed at for it.
That is true. That is true.
So I'm just pointing out a serious societal double standard here. Now, any victim of that crime deserves to be heard. The crime deserves to be investigated, and it deserves to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Anybody that's a victim of that crime.
Anybody.
The problem is when women make these false allegations and accusations, the true victims don't always get believed right away.
Exactly.
And those women that are doing that are actually hurting the true victims.
Yes. That's what I.
And I never heard of a man accusing a woman of something that she didn't do. I've never heard of that. I just listed off a bunch of examples of women accusing men, because women know they will be believed right away, or they'll do what they can. Go ahead with anything that you want to add to this. Because
Oh, I'm just excited for the season to begin. I'm excited for the season to begin, and I do want to. We got to remember the annual tweet that these are men, these are jobs. We want to be respectful of them. Though in this weekend when the cuts come down.
yeah,
And I'm proud of the UFL players. I hope they get their jobs and get their positions did. And I want to shout out. I'm sad. I want to shout out. I'm wearing my Iowa State. I want to shout out Hakeem Butler. He got cut from the Denver Broncos, so I'm hoping he gets another chance. Wide receiver Hakeem Butler, UFL darling. He got cut from the Broncos. So, but the Jamar Chase is hurt. So, so I'm hoping the wide receiver I interviewed for UFL, Jay Record, or Hakeem Butler, has a way to maybe join the Bengals, because that's sad. Jamar Chase on the ground like that. You guys, did you see that?
yeah, but I heard it wasn't that serious.
Oh, you heard it wasn't that serious. Okay.
That's what I heard, but I don't know what the truth is. So
Okay. So I was in a space recently, and Bengals fans were like, "It's over." In fact, I was in a space, and Bengals fans like, we're thinking we're fourth in AFC North. They're
Bengals
calling it.
fans are saying that.
Yes, they're saying they're fourth. They're going to be fourth.
Well, I remember people already throwing out the baby with the bathwater in this season because Watson was named the starter week 1. So I just was like, really? We're doing that? Let me
We're doing
let me
it.
look up Jamar Chase, because
Yeah, look at this. The last time, I get busy with my job and everything. The last time I saw the man was on the ground, and it's like,
yeah, I remember he did get hurt. And there was a video 3 days ago. I saw that happen. Let's see. Let me see. Let me look up the latest on him. All right. Well, I'm just waiting because there's not a whole lot. There's that video, but
That's it. Yeah.
people always do the doom scrolling on all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's just think about this, because like I said, there's 52 other guys on this team. We want the team to succeed. We want the team to win. We want to see success. And I already know, come June 1st, 2027, Deshaun Watson will no longer be a Cleveland Brown. So to get mad and get angry because they're starting him, pretty much because we don't have anybody else. That's really what it is. And what else are you going to do? So if you want to go ahead and it's whoever burned the jersey, why'd you even buy the damn jersey to begin with? So, I'm like,
This is like, goodness gracious.
or putting up signs
Oh gosh, that was this week.
on the Jim Brown statue.
Calling people that was the most lamest thing. Calling people in the Berea office. And I'm like, calling the copy guy, calling the regular Joe Schmo people at Berea. That is the most lamest thing. Putting up flyers with Deshaun Watson's face, or this is the craziest take. Not wanting Haslam to own the team. The Haslams have diversified their portfolio. You want an owner that has deep pockets. The Haslams own the Columbus Crew. They have multiple streams of income. You want an owner that has that, okay? No matter if you don't like the Haslam's decisions, you want you want an owner like that, people. I mean, really, the hysteria.
He even came out and said it was a big swing and a big miss.
It-
Did he or did he not say that? So
Yes, and you understand that if someone invests 230 million, he's not going to want to give up so fast. Especially if Shedeur is showing some signs of still needing some skills to be gained, you know.
well,
Especially if our old line is still finding their way, you know.
we've got a long season to go, guys. And if you're getting crashed out over this, you got to take some Prozac. You got to
Ye-
relax. I mean, it's
Exa-
just-
Exactly.
but to put up a sign and to call Berea and complain, you know what? If you don't want to participate, nobody is making you. You don't have to buy tickets. You don't have to buy merchandise. You don't have to go to the games. You don't even have to watch the games. You could completely give it up and say the hell with it. You don't have to do it. Nobody's making you. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead. You have that buying decision. That's the beauty of capitalism. It takes two willing parties. It does. I mean, that's what it is. People are like, complain about capitalism. It's evil. No, it's not. It's the exact opposite. You need consent. You need to convince people to buy the product.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing you.
I have family members that left the Browns because Miles left. I'm like, Miles wanted to leave. Miles wanted to leave. His girlfriend lives in California. Miles wanted to leave. It was a mutual decision. Miles now is working on his knees. Wasn't able to go to camp. Both knees are swollen. I think we gonna be all right. You know, we gonna be all right. You know, yes, he's releasing, you know, desperate video of him jumping on a block, you know, jumping on whatever you call that square, whatever, you know, that sort of thing. So trying to show that he still got it. But, you know, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not predicting any win totals. We'll be back here next Friday, Labor Day weekend. We're going to talk more about the cut downs. We're going to talk more about what's going on with the team. And then the following Friday, we're going to talk about the first regular season game of the season, and we'll look at the betting line. We'll look at everything else. Let me just do a quick score update. I think the Cleveland was down to Kansas City 1-0, and that was in the seventh inning. So let me just take a quick look see, and let me see. Let me just go ahead and do that. Might as well pull up the score. Oh, there it's a final. Kansas City beat Cleveland 3-0. So,
Okay.
so
Royals
the Royals beat the Guardians. So there's a lot of season left and a lot to be said about all this. So we got a long way to go, folks. A long season, a long way. We'll be here every Friday.
I know. I will be here for life. Brown and orange for life. To the day I die. To the day.
Yeah, we got a long way to go. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Posh, as always, for coming on. Thank you all for commenting, Renee. Thank you for joining us. Everybody that watched, we appreciate each and every one of you. Go Browns.
Go Browns. Brown and orange for life. Woo, 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 woo.